Hey everyone, so this is the Ironwood 885 by Traeger. This is an electric pellet grill, so it uses these kind of pellets to burn the fire. You have a little hopper right here where you load the pellets, and then the computer here does most of the magic to control the temperature and give you the exact burn that you need. This is an electric grill, so it constantly has to be plugged in for it to work. To power the computer and the mechanism inside, but it does burn wood pellets like this. So to set it up, it's very easy. You want to make sure you have your pellets in here. This is where you load them. They put a kind of special guard here so you don't just stick your hands in there. Right there you can see the little auger. That's going to kind of rotate and push the pellets into the grill, and the computer is going to decide how fast to spin that, based on how you program it. You do get a little nice light here to kind of light it up, and also there's a sensor that tells you how many pellets you have left. You get a nice solid handle right here. Once you open it up, this is what it looks like inside. It is kind of double walled right here, so it kind of holds the heat better. This is kind of like a mid to top tier of the Traegers. You get nice porcelain grills right here, so you can't clean this with a steel brush. You need to have something like this, so you don't damage the porcelain coating, because that's gonna create kind of like a non-stick barrier. And so you get the bottom rack, and there's also a rack that goes here on the top. I just don't have it installed right now, and you can shift that one kind of towards the back or towards the front. You can see there's little two spots for the attachments. So altogether, if you add up this and the top rack, you get 885 square inches of cooking space. But that doesn't matter too much, because you really don't want to go past this little shield right here, because if you put your meat like right here, the grease is gonna drop kind of down below, and you could cause like a grease fire. So you really want to use up the space just above this little grease catcher, or whatever you want to call it. So keep that in mind. If I take this out, I just want to show you what it looks like inside. Basically, this is the grease pan, so it's kind of slanted, so when the grease is going to fall here, it's going to go down there. And right here we have a little bucket that catches all the grease for you, which is kind of nice. And Traeger has their own foil covers, but I just wrap mine in just regular foil. It seems to work about the same. If I take this out, this is what it looks like inside. So you have a little heat guard, and if you take it off, this is where the fire happens. Basically, it's gonna push the pellets through here. It's gonna ignite them here, the fire is gonna burn, and this shield is gonna prevent the fire from like going directly onto your food, but it's kind of gonna let the heat circulate right here. And this also has fans that kind of creates sort of like a convection system that heats up the food very evenly. You do have to clean these periodically, so eventually like you have to vacuum all that ash out. They recommend like once you go through a full hopper to then vacuum, so it's clean and you don't cause any kind of like fires. But that's kind of how it works, pretty simple system. And the beauty about it is that it's so automated. You just program the computer, you set it from 165 to 500, just ignite it, and it's gonna keep the temperature for you. You do have to keep the grill closed to kind of maintain that temperature, so keep that in mind, because as soon as you open it, even though it's like double insulated, it does lose heat pretty quickly. So you want to keep it closed as much as you can. And the temperature might fluctuate a few degrees from what you set it. Don't let that bother you. It's gonna do its job and keep like an average temperature that you want, and you don't need to worry about it too much. You do get this nice thermometer for like thick meats. You can just stick it into the thick meat and then kind of thread it through here. Or if you're grilling something else that doesn't need a thermometer, you can just not use it. So the beauty about this grill, I think, is that it's so easy to use. You know, you don't have to worry too much about like grease fires or heat being too high. You just set it and pretty much forget it. And you could, I would say, grill pretty much anything on it. It just takes a little bit longer to power up. I would say like 15 to 20 minutes for it to kind of get the fire going and warm up. A little bit longer than a gas grill, but I would say it's so worth it. I've been very happy with it. It just makes cooking so easy and enjoyable, and you're not afraid to try new things. This is what it looks like on the back. This is where the smoke comes out. And one thing that was kind of, I guess I was worried when I was getting this was that I thought that the food would come out too smoky, but it turned out that, you know, it's not too smoky. If you use the super smoke mode between 165 and 225, then it does kind of have that smoky flavor, which not everybody is a fan of. But if you don't want it, you could just use the regular mode and it just like a little smoky. So I would say very great grill, cannot go wrong with this, and I highly recommend it.